MVP! 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 That is the best catch ever by someone with a hole in his pants.
Now, what's unusual about Camden Yards is that most stadiums open up 90 minutes before first pitch. You can experience a little bit of batting practice. Not Camden Yards. They don't open until 60 minutes before first pitch. So you really don't get to experience batting practice. But if we're lucky, buddy, we can try and snag one of the batting practice home run balls that might have just run all the way onto Utah Street. We've got a few memories at this particular place from 4 months ago.
Oh yeah, Packers beat the Ravens. Did it go to overtime?
It did not, no. But it came down to 1 2-point conversion.
Great game.
Maybe the best game of the entire NFL regular season, at least the best game of the Packers season in terms of just fun and excitement. You're making us head over and rub Johnny Unitas's golden shoe for luck for the Brewers tonight. Worked last time with the Packers.
Sure it did. Hopefully history will repeat itself.
Number 30 for Oriole Park at Camden Yards is our number 14.
And as it says over there, the ballpark that forever changed baseball. Which is so true. It led to so many great ballparks being built, including Citizens Bank Park, Miller Park, now American Family Field, and great spots like that.
It changed the architecture of baseball.
That it did.
There are a good amount of Milwaukee Brewers fans in these lines. I'd say maybe 20% of the lines, because also, this isn't just the Brewers against the Orioles, this is the Brewers against the original Brewers.
That's true. That's true. It is Brewers versus Brewers.
Because the Brewers started in the American League in 1903 in a league formed where?
In Milwaukee. And then you had the original Brewers move to St. Louis, become the St. Louis Browns, take off for Baltimore.
We are in the stadium at 6:05. Tell me where you want to go, kid.
Oh, we do have BP going on.
Ooh, get ready.
Right here, toss it up, please, right here.
You got it.
Thank you. Let's go. I couldn't catch that one, but I got it. All beat up too.
I'm glad to give you the assist through my bottled water. When we talk about how different Camden Yards is compared to the stadiums that came before it and how it changed the architecture of baseball, from the mid-60s until the 80s, most stadiums that were constructed for baseball were built not just for baseball, but for both baseball and football, because cities were trying to save money by having one stadium for both teams. The stadiums weren't really conducive for the fan experience for either one. They were cylindrical or purely round. I mean, there was no ambiance to it. It was just a place to stick a bunch of seats and build a stadium. Camden Yards was constructed to give an old school baseball feel like Ebbets Field in Brooklyn or Wrigley Field, Tiger Stadium, but with modern amenities, modern spacing in terms of the size of the seats, the comfort level. I mean, it was just perfect. Just perfect. And the way that they built this is just magical. Kid, there are closer seats, but I think we did incredibly well.
Great view.
The view may be the best of any seat in this stadium. The way they set the stadium up to give it an old school feel like Ebbets Field or Fenway Park, they made the stadium built into the contour of the neighborhood, using a warehouse as sort of the right field target, if you will. For example, if you're a left-handed hitter, you could crush home runs out of this place. If you hit a super long one, you can hit it off the warehouse. And right here, the only baseball to ever hit the warehouse on the fly, Ken Griffey Jr.
465 feet.
Woo! That's a bomb. The other stadium this reminds me of, and that our seats remind me of, Anaheim, when we were on our West Coast road trip and we saw the Angels host the Orioles.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had first row, right third baseline, third deck. In the meantime, some good things have happened on the scoreboard for the Brewers.
2-0 Brew. We are now in the second inning. Hopefully the Brewers can get some more offense going.
And who gave the Brewers that offense while we were loading the phone?
I actually forget.
The new guy.
Oh, yeah.
Kutch, Andrew McCutchen.
No, you got that wrong. It's Andrew McCutchen, as I like to call him. Clutch.
That's correct.
And now we
That's
got
okay.
Colton Long. So, let's go, Colton!
Let's go Brewers! Let's go Brewers! The cookie cutter stadiums from the 60s through the 80s had very similar outfield dimensions, where you would almost be 330 feet down the line, 370 to left field, 400 straight center field. But again, the old school retro design, they changed the dimensions, have a very deep left field here, 384, 398 before, a little bit of an extra piece that was added with the bullpen to make it shorter, but then it goes all the way to 410, right by the center field batter's eye.
Bases loaded here in the second inning. 2 outs though. The Orioles up to bat. They could really break this game open.
Oh, and it's Mullins, the guy who had that 2-run single.
Yeah.
That won them the game yesterday.
This is not going to be easy.
This inning's ending right here.
Hopefully.
Maybe not.
Yet another attempt to try and work off of the greatness of the Milwaukee Brewers sausage race. It starts with a scoreboard race, it looks like. They get excited here for scoreboard races. Wow. It may be hard to see beyond the stadium lights, but in the center of the screen you see what looks to be a bunch of condos right by the stadium.
How much would you pay for a condo with a view of a Major League Stadium?
I pay a decent amount. In San Diego, during the playoffs in 2020, when the games were there, I loved when one of the guys who had an apartment nearby brought his bike outside on his balcony and was biking while watching the game.
Oh, wow.
They showed him on TV.
Nice.
Because their condo's even closer to the stadium than here.
I would spend at least $500,000.
Yeah.
Closer to $750,000, maybe $1 million if you have the right amount of space, just to watch 81 baseball games plus playoffs from my deck.
Yeah. The Orioles infielders today are not doing their job very well. Another error by the O's gets the Brewers a run.
We are
A
tied.
ground rule double hit by Hunter Renfroe drives in Mr. Rowdy Tellez. And it is a 4-4 game here in the top of the third. As now Mr. There, she got it right now.
You got it right.
Omar Narvaez. Got it right. PA lady, good job.
Little Bob, look who we picked up.
Hey guys.
Just call me Annie.
Yep, that's me. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to meet up with you guys. This is so much fun.
This is like stadium number 2 that we've been together.
I know, this is cool. This is cool, and it's weird. I was saying this in my blog earlier that I feel like it was just yesterday that we hung out for the Ravens game. But it was almost 5 months ago. So that's just wild to me.
Earlier we had a chance to get to the Memorial Stadium site.
Yeah.
You grew up there a little bit.
Yes, I went to so many games there as a kid, and I don't know, I would love to go back now and see it. That would be unbelievable. But I started coming here, obviously, when it opened in '92. But, there was a decade of my life before then that I went to Memorial Stadium. And I remember my dad used to park at, someone's house that lived, right next door to the stadium, and we'd go to it. And it was wild. It was so cool.
somebody say road trip, that is exactly what we're doing.
This is such an awesome little plaza right by the center field area right over here. We got the statue of Jim Palmer, one of the great pitchers of the second half of the 20th century, as you enjoy, of course, chicken tenders. The great Frank Robinson, the only man, I believe, to win triple crowns in both the National and the American League. Just crazy. Maybe the most argumentative manager in the history of the sport, Earl Weaver. Don't go with his vocabulary. The best defensive third baseman in the history of baseball, Brooks Robinson. 1970, against the Cincinnati Reds in the World Series, he grabbed the ball that was in fair territory, ran into foul territory because his momentum was so strong, threw it in the other direction on a hop, and still got the out at first base. Just maniacal good. When I was a kid, Eddie Murray made my life miserable.
Why?
Because he was a Baltimore Oriole trying to kill my Brewers playoff chances. But
funny.
Just fantastic hitter.
Yeah.
Just an amazing hitter. You have probably so many memories of him.
And such a nice guy. I've met him before. Like the nicest, like Oriole alum you'll meet.
That's
so
awesome.
nice. Yeah, such a great guy.
It's like a super kind human being, but on the field, a culture hard out and show it to him.
Yeah.
If you had smell-o-vision, you'd be able to tell that Boob's Barbecue Smokehouse is right smack dab here. And this is a massive tradition here at Camden Yards. Named after the great Boob Powell. Pit beef is a Baltimore tradition. Boob's is the place to get it right here at Camden Yards.
Absolutely, we got
Awesome. Thank you. Would you get the chicken tenders?
They're pretty good. I would give it, they're better than your average stadium tender. Like an 80, 85, somewhere around there. Pretty
They
good.
didn't wow you.
The beef is overflowing from the sandwich. This is going to take a Guy Fieri lean over. That, seriously, is some of the best roast beef I've ever had in my life. It may be a sin to call it roast beef, perhaps, here in Baltimore. I don't know. But if it is the creme de la creme. I mean, it compares to the Italian beef sandwiches in Chicago. The juices directly right from that beef. You don't need to add other elements to it. So good. We have made a strategic move down towards the lower deck right near home plate. And by the way, as we've been gallivanting around this entire stadium, the score hasn't changed.
No, 4-4 still the same.
Faster moving game. It's about 9:30, so we're on an earlier pace to wrap this thing up, but still.
Didn't the football game we went to go in overtime? Did it go in overtime? Almost. Okay, see, this could go in extra innings. I'm getting the vibe.
The first wardrobe malfunction of the game. Willie Adames of the Brewers, after a slide, has a hole in his pants.
Runner on third base, 2 out, top of the 7th. Andrew McCutcheon at the plate, the guy who drove in the Brewers' first 2 runs.
Yeah.
Let's go, Cutch!
Let's go, Andrew!
Oh, this could be the lead right here.
Willie, you have a hole in your pants!
And the guy with the hole in his pants just scored the run to give the Brewers the lead. Way to go, Willie Adames!
You have a hole in your pants!
Willie Adames leads Major League Baseball for most runs scored with a hole in his pants.
Rooting for the Brewers. If they don't win, it's a shame.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball.
Alright, here we go. This is it.
Right now it is such a tradition here. Thank God I'm a country boy by John Denver.
Thank God.
is an awesome tradition.
Yes.
This is an awesome tradition.
That is
Bum, 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 bum. Roll out the barrel!
MVP! 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 That is the best catch ever by someone with a hole in his pants. MVP! MVP! Willie Adames has dominated the 7th inning of the bottom half of it with 2 spectacular catches. You got this, D-Will!
Oh, man. Bases loaded. And we know what happened last time, bases loaded.
Devin Williams about to pitch out of the worst jam possible.
There you go!
Let's go!
Whoa! Yeah, baby! Yeah! Woo!
Let's go! Oh!
Brewers! Brewers!
Oh my gosh. Let's go!
Let's go, Willie!
Willie got a hole in your pants.
Willie Adames does it again. Advances on an error.
MVP!
MVP! MVP! Christian Yelich coming up to the plate.
Yelly! 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 Yelly!
So do we know what part of Maryland Hater's from?
Not sure.
Mom down!
Woo! 2 down, baby. 2 down. 1 more to go. They're conferencing right now on where to get crab cakes for their post-game meal tonight.
Hader just walked a run around 4 pitches. The bad news is that's the winning run. The good news is it sets up a force play.
You can get it out of any base.
Any base, either first, second, or third. And they only need 1 to win this game.
Woo! Brewers win! 5-4, baby. Wow. What a ridiculously great baseball game. I'm serious.
It was so close. I feel like it was neck and neck the whole game. It made it so much more fun.
And your Orioles are improving.
Yeah, they are.
They are getting better.
Yeah, and Grand Slam. Grand Slam.
One shot that made this game a ridiculously competitive game.
Hold on, we gotta go for Willie when he comes out.
Yes.
Annie, this has been such a blast. to have
It's
you
been
along.
awesome. Thank you guys for coming to Baltimore.
Always. For those that don't know what you do, what do you do with Just Call Me Annie?
All right, well, I have a YouTube channel, Just Call Me Annie, and I do all sorts of adventures in Virginia and Maryland, all over the country, the world. I'm always traveling, up to something, checking out what's new and quirky attractions all over. So, yeah, come on over to my channel and check it out.
Give her all the Sorgy Swarm love, absolutely.
You guys really helped with getting me to 1,000 subscribers. So
problem.
big
Glad
shout
to.
out to you guys.
Glad to. We understand what that's
really
like.
appreciate you guys.
You for being beside us on this journey. And little buddy, 14 in the books.
15 coming soon.
Yes.
Later on this summer.
All right.
For Just Call Me Annie and for Sorgy Stories, what should we do?
Like, subscribe, hit that bell, ding, ding, ding. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Sorgy Stories, and follow him on Twitter at Jason, especially if you love stories.
And binge watch both our channels.
Yes.
We are now in the getting close to 4,000 for watch hours, so we can monetize
Awesome.
and get this kid closer to his college education.
Let's
Do the
do it.
same for Annie.
Thanks, guys.
For Annie, for little buddy, I'm Danny.
So long from Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. See everybody, go Brew!
14 down, 16 to go.
Yeah, Maryland.
Go Brew!